Hi, I'm Anne-Marie Warren, and I'm Charlotte's mom.
Charlotte was beautiful. She was 8 pounds 1 ounce when she was born. She was 21 inches long. When we were in Winchester, before we were transported to CHIO, we were very naive. I feel like we just thought maybe she was having seizures and that would be manageable. And we were talking about, we would be able to manage that, and we'd look into different medications, and having a child with seizures, that's okay. That's doable. And so when I was transported to the general and we came to the NICU and saw Charlotte, and she was covered head to toe with needles and IVs and EEG stuff on her head, and there was monitors, and she had all these different medications, we were quickly brought back to reality and realized that this little thing that we thought was not a little thing anymore. So that was absolutely devastating. It was heartbreaking. And when they told us they did a CT scan of her and a ultrasound, and they said that they couldn't distinguish between gray and white matter on her brain anymore. I knew what that meant, but we were still hopeful that maybe the MRI would show something different. And when they told us that she had severe HIE, it was earth-shattering. Like she had no hope of living.
So we knew that we were going to have to take out Charlotte's breathing tube, and my husband and our social worker from CHIO went for a walk around the CHIO and general property, and my husband picked this garden. So we came here on a Thursday to take out Charlotte's breathing tube. It was the first time that we got to hold her without her breathing tube in and all of her other medical devices that she needed.
And they checked her and they said, her breathing had slowed, her heart rate was slowing. So we came back up to our room in the NICU at CHIO because I wanted her to pass away laying on my chest. So we did skin to skin, and an hour later she was still breathing, and then 2 hours later she started to open her eyes, which was the first time since she was born that we'd seen her eyes, and she started to hiccup, and she just kept living. So we stayed the night at the NICU, and we came here to Roger Neilson House for what was expected to be an hour or so, a couple hours, maybe a night, and we stayed here for 36 days before she passed away.
For us, our stay at Roger Neilson House wasn't about dying. It was about living as a family while receiving the care that Charlotte needed. In 44 days, we had so much to celebrate. We got 38 unanticipated extra days. We memory made a name tag for our door, hand and foot molds, handprint arts and crafts. We went for walks, car rides around the parking lot, late night trips to Timmy's, Netflix binges, Mommy and me yoga. We had showers and snuggles and read books every night. We got to celebrate some holidays. Thanksgiving with Swiss chalet sauce. At the Halloween party, Charlotte got to dress up as the cutest little Oscar the Grouch ever. She decorated a pumpkin and walked through a haunted house. We lived every day to the fullest. The loving staff and volunteers at Roger Neilson House were Charlotte's family.
The last day of Charlotte's life, we were at Roger's house. We had woken up every night. Charlotte slept on my chest. We woke up that morning and she just looked off. She wasn't pink anymore. She was almost blue. Her lips were no longer pink. She wasn't waking up. She was just very lethargic. I took her out to the nurse's station to have them check her, and I told the nurse on duty that today was the last day.
They checked her. We went back to the room. They continued to come in and check on us every little bit. My husband and myself laid in bed together with Charlotte, and she just passed away on my chest. The perinatal loss bereavement group at Roger's house helped me so much. Group isn't about sadness. It's about happiness, growth, and strength. It's about honoring your baby. It's a safe place to be vulnerable while getting yourself well again. I was really lucky to have been in group with wonderful women and their husbands. We continue to get together for monthly drop-in groups and dinners. We support one another. We celebrate holidays and each other's important events. We have created our own family. It's not a group that anybody wants to be a part of, but I'm very thankful that it exists. We are sisters in loss. Charlotte was the most beautiful baby I'd ever seen. I am so thankful for our 44 days with Charlotte.